will work. There we go. Okay, good. I'm trying to. I was just setting things up, and I wound up falling behind because I couldn't find needle and thread. Today, I want to do something in the way of fabric arts. So right now, I'm just tying a knot in a pre-threaded needle, and that is because I want to do a sewing project. The sewing project should be fast. We're not gonna get bogged down in the details too much. So I will show you the idea there. Okay, so I'm just like making sure I have a decent knot. Ooh, there we are. There's my knot. So I just need one knot, and that's enough for my thread to catch on the thing that I'm going to sew. So I have an old shirt, and this old shirt, I've already taken the front off of it because it had a symbol that I really liked. So I'm just going to put this on and see if it still fits. All right. So it used to not have this break at the front. That's because I cut it out what was on it. But yeah, it was an old shirt that I had, quite old. And at the time I thought it was very fun. And I wore it until I wore it out. But the symbol that's on it is what I'm worried about today, what I'm dealing with today, which is that I'm going to take this that was on my shirt, and then I'm going to turn it into a doll. So this is. I'm going to see if I can set this up so you can see it. Okay. So this zebra is wearing a suit, and he says, "I'm in the business of being awesome, and business is good." So I'll show you the zebra in the suit. There we go. So why not take that zebra in a suit and turn him into a really cool, kind of interactive, like toy? Now that I don't have that shirt available anymore. I'm just going to say hi in the chat right now. I do see I have viewers, so feel free to say hi back. Yeah, but we're going to take this for a spin. So first thing I need to do, I threaded a needle. Okay, and I'm going to take that and I'm going to start the first seam. So I'm going to go along. I'm going to turn this down so you guys can see what I'm doing. I have my zebra mat today as well. Look, this is a good way. I should have laid it out like this for you guys. So, yeah. I'm going to start by sewing at the top of his head. And then I'm just going to work my way down. So what I'm doing is I'm making pretty much a pocket that I want to hold the fabric that I'm going to use. So if I just close off this corner by sewing it, and I'm going to do really big loops just for the sake of time. And you guys could do the same thing. You don't need a lot to hold in fabric. So I'm just like doing one knot right through my first thread. And what's going to happen there is that my other knot that I tied will catch on that knot, and then I have a double knot. And I'm just going to do like, it's not sewing best practice, but maybe live stream best practice. I am going to sew. Actually, I'll turn this inside out. That is sewing best practice. And then I'm going to sew like every half inch. I'm just going to put a seam just so that I'm making progress. So yeah, I'm going to sew, and I'll talk with you about a couple of projects that I've done like this. Now you might say, if you're new to sewing, you might say, what are you doing? You're sewing it inside out. Your picture's going to be gone. But what I'm going to do when I'm finished is turn it right way in again, and then all this bad seam will disappear, because when I turn it inside out, it's just going to be where the thread came through. So there we go. And so this is, it's setting up to be a very exciting and adventuresome stream. I'm sure you are at the edge of your seat. So it might be a good day to say hello on chat, ask a question, and I will try to do that. But you can see I've already finished my first. It's horrible, but I've already finished my first top half. And now I'm just going into the downward line. Yeah. So let me check, because I can't see what I'm... Oh, there we go. There's people. Hey, you guys. yeah, so if you missed it, I'm doing a sewing project. I'm taking an old shirt, which I bet you guys have old shirts that are cooler than, even cooler possibly than my zebra shirt. Yeah, and I'm taking that and turning it into a doll. But it doesn't have to be a doll. It could be a pillow. It could be, I'm just thinking of other objects that you can kind of, like, you could sew it so that you could take something that's bigger and make it into something smaller. You know, turn it into gloves to wear. Take a shirt and we'll turn it into gloves. But you kind of have to have a pattern or an idea how you might do that. And then you can, if you know how to sew. So all that I'm doing is there's a couple of kinds of stitches. And so I'm doing a stitch that just goes right through both fabrics and then comes around again. So oh boy, I always lose the camera. In this one, and then into this one, and then I close that off, and then I'm ready to go again into both. So that's a way that that's the way that I sew. I'm gonna actually bring this. Maybe I can work on this down here so you can see a bit more of what I'm doing. So I like the form of this, so I'm hoping that I can kind of make it hold on to itself. So I have to kind of make it half and half like this. Yeah, and I'm gonna try. If I can sew really quick, which sometimes I can, we can be done in a couple minutes. And then, like I said, I'm happy to answer questions while we're going. But yeah, if you guys need sewing supplies, talk with me and I'll see if I can get some. Those would be available, but probably just for sewing tasks, not for keeping. So it seems like this is probably the worst part of this process, is just like watching. It's kind of like very similar, I'm sure, to watching paint dry, which I have done in the past, and is actually probably more fun than you might think. All right, I'm just gonna do like huge ones because this is just a sample. You guys should definitely do more intentional. Oh my! I hear Alex is unhappy. Does Alex want to come over? Alex, do you want to come to Daddy? Yeah, okay, come here. Okay, come to Daddy. There we go. Alex has come to join us. Maybe she'll answer some questions if you have questions for her. But yeah, Alex is going to join us. I'm going to be really careful since I'm using needle and thread. Oh, Alex, do you want to show? We're on camera, and here you can show. This is the Mother's Day card that Alex made. She made it for her mom, so you can turn it this way so people can see. So I was trying to teach her how to do a letter M and a letter O and a letter M together.
What's so hard?
Where are you going? Are you going to go to Mama? All right, that's Alex. She stopped in to say hello and show us her Mother's Day card, which is something I probably should have encouraged you guys to do as well. So I'm almost done. You would be surprised, but I'm going to turn this back down so you can see what's happening. But I'm almost at the bottom of my seam. It is an awful, horrible seam, and you guys can do a better job when you're trying this out for yourselves. But I believe it will hold together. So what I'm going to do is I've made a pocket, and that pocket is now ready. All I got to do is I'm going to seal this up. So what I do here is I'm going to make this needle and thread. I'm going to go like I did at the start. I'm going to go through, but then I'm going to go through my existing loop to make a knot. And then I'm going to make a couple of those knots, and then that is going to keep holding. Yeah, I do own a sewing machine, but the funny thing is I actually never figured it out. So I spent a fair amount of money on a sewing machine, and I still have to get that thing up and running. Yeah, so Yeah, I've got a knotted come back down to this, and then I'm just going to use scissors and cut that needle off. Okay, now I've got a pocket. I'm going to turn this inside out. See if I can get that. There we go. That's starting to work. So now I have a figure, and it's time for me to turn it into a doll. So what I want to do is, or a pillow or whatever, I'm going to stuff it. So for me, I have stuffing material like this, which I can put in there to make it like a structure. But if you don't have stuffing material, you can actually use the rest of the shirt. So you can kind of make, if you're making a doll maybe for a young person that you know, you can make, you can take the shirt and just none of it goes to waste because the rest of it winds up in the doll itself. There we go. So you'll see that I really should not have rushed my seams, because now I've got foam kind of escaping out the sides. But this is not really for a finished product. This is just to show you a process that you might try yourselves. That's good. I think you guys didn't mind that Alex stopped in to say hello today, so that's good. Yeah, I'm just trying to stuff this so that the ears kind of like stand out. Yeah. Boy, he looks like he's actually kind of turned into a derpy zebra doll. And I think I need more. I think I need more stuffing to really make him successful. And then once he's all the way stuffed, then I go back one more time with needle and thread, and then the last stitch is actually going to be the base to close this off so that the stuffing is stuffed inside of him. And I'm going to finish this probably on my own time, and I'll go over those bad seams where things are escaping and do them a little better. But yeah, it's just a quick demonstration. I mean, if you could do a doll out of an old shirt in 12 minutes of live streaming, I think even if it looks horribly derpy, you've probably achieved something. But yeah, I'm going to I'll check one more time. I'll take a couple minutes to just clean up some of my sewing, but I'll check one more time if anybody has. Oh yeah, I missed that question. Yeah, the reason that I'm sewing. And so my point is that we have to repurpose. So when we repurpose something, that means we're taking something that was originally used for something else, such as a shirt, and then we're turning it into a new object. So I think that's a really good idea to do with something like an old shirt, because you probably have nostalgic connections to something like that. And so if we have nostalgic connections to something, then we'll love it. We'll love it. If we loved it as a shirt but the shirt wore out, then we'll love it as a doll, or we'll love to give it as a gift to someone who would like it as a pillow. And that's why we're repurposing an old shirt. So yeah, that looks like it'll hold. And I'm just gonna keep tight. Oh no, it won't hold. I'm gonna keep tightening this and tying new knots. Yeah. So that's probably everything that I wanted to share with you guys today. You can take this as an assignment if you want to and do some fabric arts. I'm willing to bet that there's people who are better at this than I am, and they're probably the people you should talk to about taking fabric art and doing something of a certain quality. I'm sure you guys are hearing Alex in the background. She is no longer sad. That's not sad sounds. She's actually having a really great time playing with her mom. So no worries there. But yeah, there's my really derpy zebra in a suit doll. And that's everything that I wanted to share with you guys today. So I'm going to end this stream. Thank you for tuning in. And I encourage you, if you guys do fabric arts project, then I would love to see the results of that. So we'll talk to you guys soon, and I'll sign out like I always do. Please wash your hands 20 seconds at a time, as often as you can remember. And okay, hey, okay, I see. All right. Maybe I lost everyone because of my lack of sewing skills, but I'm noticing who's still tuned into this chat. But that's all right. I'm glad somebody came and joined me. I wouldn't want to be talking to nobody, so I appreciate the support. And yeah, be sure you guys. So no, it's not a mask. Although yeah, actually that's a good suggestion. We could make a mask. I'm getting comments yeah. So I know people who've made masks out of fabric. Another thing that you could be making out of an old shirt is a puppet. So I've been looking into some puppet building lately, and I think it's a good idea. You could just make a little bit more structure in it, and then you could make a puppet out of an old shirt, especially if it has an image on it already. Then you can turn that image into a talking creature just by adding structure. So thanks you guys for tuning in. I'm going to sign out, but okay. Oh, good. I'm glad people did tune in. And so I've been signing out for 3 minutes. Okay, I am going to sign out officially. Take care of each other, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow at 1. Bye.